Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's a huge pleasure for me to be here and to speak at this conference. And I'm so glad I got an early flight this morning, so I was able to hear both the earlier speakers and to have some sense of the stimulation that they've created in their presentations. Really fascinating. I've enjoyed it enormously. But I really want to talk to you about something that perhaps picks up on something they've been talking about, which is this concept of differentiation. But I want to talk about differentiation in relation to meeting the moral and social challenges that face Australian law firms and indeed the international legal environment. It's been, of course, a year of living dangerously for me at the Australian Human Rights Commission. I have survived it. I don't see it as my role to tell you about my leadership, because obviously I've got some problems. But I want to talk about your leadership and what you can do in managing law firms. Before I took up this appointment, I was the Dean of the Sydney Law School, and in that role, and as an international lawyer and international commercial lawyer, I have always really seen the potential for Australian law firms in getting engaged in the cross-border, transnational, international legal environment. And sadly, I think we've been very slow to pick up those opportunities. I love that image of the bottom of the iceberg, the 85%. I know that that is true, but I think that we have not been as engaged with those opportunities as we might be, and I found that part of the discussion particularly interesting. But I want to talk to you today then not so much about the transnational legal professional, which I think Australians are almost uniquely positioned to be, but I'd like to talk to you about the responsibilities that lawyers have to ensure that their clients, and particularly the business environment, work to respect and protect human rights. And that is a differentiation, if you like, but it's one that very few have taken up as a challenge. And I'd like to give you a few examples of why I think this is so important.